Hello friends and my dear students, I hope you're all well and your studies are also going on well. This video is part of the playlist CBSE Mathematics for class 7 following the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. This is part 2 of the series of video on the chapter percentage. If you have not watched the part 1 video on percentage, then I highly suggest that you first watch that video where I have discussed about the fundamental concepts of percentages and its relation with ratio, fraction and decimal, and solve the problems of exercise 10A. In this part 2, I will solve the problems of exercise 10B, which are word problems, which requires application of the concept of percentages in real life. If you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, I will highly suggest and request you to support me by subscribing to my channel, and also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So let's get started with this video. Okay, so as usual, I have the problems of exercise 10B on the left hand side, and on the right hand side I will solve the problem and will discuss any concept required. So I hope that you are watching this video after you have completed watching the part 1, and where you have completed you have understood the concepts of the basic concept of percentages and its relation with ratio, fraction and decimal. And it's highly recommended that before solving any exercise problems, you always first try to solve the solved examples, given examples, example problems in the textbook. Try to solve yourself. If not, you then see the solution of the example problems and then you try to solve the exercise problems. So first you should try to solve these exercise problems of any chapter yourself, and if you can't solve it, then you can watch my videos for the application of concept. And you can also take, while you see the solution, you can also pause the video and take screenshot for your reference of the solution. So let's get started to solve the problems of exercise 10B. Okay, so problem number 1 says Rupesh secures 495 marks out of 750 in his annual examination. Find the percentage of marks obtained by him. So this is a straightforward question. So as you know that, as a side note, I will try to mention the concept applied in the given problem on the right hand side. So you know that the percentage of x of y is equal to x by y into 100. So in this problem, the Rupesh scored 495 marks out of 750 marks. So y is total marks in this problem, which is y equals 750, and Rupesh score over here will be x is 495 marks. Now it has asked find the percentage of marks obtained. So percentage of x equals x by y into 100. This equals x is 495, so 495 divided by 750 multiplied by 100. Now this is 5 divide 75 with 15, 2, 5, 3, 5, 9, 9, 3, 3. So this is 66%. So the marks for 495 out of 750 is 66% or percent. Okay. Let's solve question number 2. The monthly salary of a typist is rupees 15,625. If he gets an increase of 12%, find his new salary. Now, okay, so an increase of percentage means uh, increase of okay, so increase, these are some phrases or terms used in relation to percentages that you must understand well, and how to translate those terms or phrases into mathematical formula or expression. It is important. So increase of some percentages, p percentages, increase of p percent means, it actually means this is 100 plus p percent. If he gets an increase of 12%, now why this is 100 increase of p percent? I mean, whatever the quantity is, let's say this increase of percentage means the increase of salary. So instead of salary, it could be any other quantity which has a unit. Now, if some quantity is increased by some percentage, that means that it is increased increased on 100%. That is 100 plus. If the percentage of increase is 10%, then it means 110%. If it is an increase of 5%, then it means 105%. This you should understand well and keep in mind. So now it says that, so the y salary, let's say original salary, not original salary. Okay, so let's say salary over here, y equals to, is given rupees 5,15625. Now, so new salary, what will be new salary? What happened? What? New salary. What is new salary? New salary is nothing but the percentage of the new salary is a 12% increase. So new salary, what will be new salary? Y dash. New salary, let's say new salary will be equal to no. First, let's say increase of salary equals to, is given to be 12%. Increase of salary is 12%. So new salary will be equal to 100 plus 12% of y. Y is the original salary. Now, so this is equal to 112% of rupees 15625. This is equal to, so 112% of something means 112 divided by 100 multiplied by so what is p percent of some amount y, some percentage of y? This is equal to p by 100 into y. So this is the concept I am applying. First concept was, if it is given an increase of some percentage, that means the percentage becomes 100 plus that increase. In this problem, it is 100 plus 12, that is 112. Now we have to calculate 112 percentage of some amount, that is in this problem rupees. So this is rupees 112 divided by 100 multiplied by 15625, and the unit will be in rupees. So we write the unit in the front. Now 112 by 100 into 15625. What is this amount? So this is a very big amount. If he gets an increase of 12%, find his new salary. Okay. Okay, let me do it this way. There is another method, another way you could possibly solve this problem. So now, what is 15625? This is a big this is a big computation. 15625 multiplied by 112. How can we shorten this? 250, 256. No, it is not helping. So let's calculate how much is 15625 112. So this is 10, 5, 12, 11, 3, and 5, 2, 6, 5, 1, 5, 6, 2, 5, 1, 0, 0, 0, 14, 11. So this is rupees 112 multiplied by 15625 is 1714000, and then we have the denominator 100, so it is 17140. So this is the new salary. Now another way you could possibly do it in a little different way that might lead to less computation. That is, so it is saying that the salary is increased by 12%. So you can calculate the how much salary got increased. So increase, if you just calculate how much salary in rupees got increased, so increase of salary will be 12% of, which is 12% of the salary, that is 15625. This is 12 by 100. This is 12 by 100 multiplied by 15625. Now you have to compute this, and whatever this value is, I'm not doing the okay, let's do it anyway. 15625 multiplied by 12. This is 10, 5, 12, 11, 3, and this is 5, 2, 6, 5, 1, 0, 0, 5, 7, 8, 1. And okay, so now this is rupees 1875. Increase of salary is this. So the new salary will be, this is only the how much the salary got increased. So new salary is the original salary, that is 15625 plus the increase in salary, that is 1875. If we plus do the addition, we get 0, 0 5 7 1. But in the earlier case, we got 17140. But in this case, we are getting 17500. The new salary should be 15625 plus 1875. Okay, 10, 10, 15, 7, 17500. That is fine. And I think I did some calculation mistake in the method 1, that is in calculating the 112 percentage of 15625. 15625 multiplied by 112, this is 10, 4, 5, 12, 11, 3. Okay, this is 52615. This is 5. Oh, I did some mistake over here. This will be 5 2 6 5 1. Now the addition will be 0 10 4 5 10 and 8 10. This will be 0 10 and 8 9 15 15 and 7. Okay, so this is right. So this will be 1 7 5 0 0. Okay, so the answer is rupees 17,500. So in the method 1, we calculated the new salary directly by using the 112 percentage, because there was an increase of 12%. Increase of 12% means the new percentage will be 100 plus 12, that is 112. So 112 percentage of the original salary. And in the second method, by using the 12%, we only calculated how much salary got increased. So what is the amount of increase in salary? That is coming out to be rupees 1,875, and then we added this increase of salary to the original salary and we got rupees 17,500. Okay, so let's do problem number 3. Problem number 3 says the excise duty on a certain item has been reduced to rupees 760 from 950. Find the reduction percent in the excise duty on that item. Find the reduction percent. Find the reduction percent. Find the reduction percent means whatever amount was reduced, percentage of that amount. So the excise duty on certain item has been reduced to from original excise duty is given to be 950. Original excise duty is given to be 950. Reduced excise duty is rupees 760. So reduction of excise duty equals how much amount, how much rupees was reduced, by how much the excise duty was reduced. This is rupees 950 minus 760. This is rupees 190. This is rupees 190. Now we have to find what is the percentage of rupees 190 of the original excise duty, that is rupees 950. So the question is now to find, it has asked to find the reduction percent. Now reduction means the amount that got reduced, percentage of that amount. So to find now percentage of uh, now the question now what we have to do is answer the question. Now the question becomes what percent is rupees 190 of rupees 1950. So now we have to find the percentage of rupees 190 of rupees 950, and we know that percentage of the formula percentage of x of y equals x by y into 100. So this will be 190 divided by 950 multiplied by 100. This much, this is the percentage. So now this is how much? 0 0 cancels, 19 divides 95 with I guess 5, and 5 divides 120. So this is 20. So the reduction was 20%. If you see now, so 20% of rupees 950 was reduced, and after the reduction the new salary, the new excise duty was rupees 760. So the reduction, so the percent of reduction is 20%. Okay, I hope you understood. So the original excise duty was rupees 950, and the reduced excise duty is given to be rupees 760. Now how much got reduced? What is the reduction of excise duty? Reduction of excise duty is rupees 950 minus rupees 760, that is rupees 190. Now it has asked to find the reduction percent in the excise duty. So now we have to find, so we have found that the reduction amount of excise duty is rupees 190. Now we have to find what percent is this rupees 190 on the excise duty. On the excise duty means the original excise duty, which is rupees 950. So the question now boils down to the fact that it is that we have to find what percent is rupees 190 of rupees 950. Now this turns out to be 20% as per the formula I wrote on the right hand side. Okay, let's do question number 4. It says 96% of the cost of a TV is rupees 10464. What is its total cost? What is its total cost? Okay, so for this kind of problem, we usually solve this by assuming the total cost. So let's assume the total cost equals rupees x. Let x be the total cost of the TV. Now it is saying that 96%. Okay, so 96% of x equals 96 divided by 100 into x. Now this is given to be rupees. This is given to be rupees 10464. So now we have to find x. 96. So we have assumed that the total cost, let's say the total cost be rupees x. Now it is saying that it has given that 96% of the cost of the TV is rupees 10464. So what is 96% of the cost? So 96% of the cost will be, when we have assumed the total cost is x. So 96% of x is 96 by 100 into x. Now this is given to be rupees 10464. So now we have to find x. So we now get 96 by 100 into x equals to rupees 10464. This implies x equals to rupees 10464 multiplied by 100 divided by 96. Now I guess 10464 will be divided by 96. Let's see. 104 64 196. This is 8 and 1, and we have 6 1 96 0 9 4 4. It is not dividing properly. 10464. Okay, so 96 8 10 1 186 96 0 9 904 54 9. So 9 54 86 0 4. Point 0 0 and 4 24 38 6 6 1 0 1 96 4 6 0. Okay, let's stop here. 119.41. So this is coming to be x this is coming to be now 119.41 multiplied by 41. So this is 11941 approximately. This is the value, rupees. So the total cost of the TV was actually 11,941, and so 96% of the cost of this cost, that is 11,941, should be rupees 10,464. Okay, I'm not sure whether this answer will be correct or not. I think it will be close. Anyway, let's do problem number 5. How many questions are there? 12 questions. Okay. Question number 5 says 70% of the students in a school are boys and the number of girls is 504. Find the number of boys in the school. 70% of the students in a school are boys and the number of girls is 504. So the absolute value of girls is given and the percentage of boys is given. Find the number of boys in the school. Find the number of boys in the school. Okay. So if 70% boys is given to be 70%, this implies girls will definitely be, so rest of the students should be girls. Girls is 100 minus 70%. This is 30%. Now also the actual number of girls is given to be 504. Now we have to find the actual number of boys. Okay, so if actual number of boys, now you can do it in two ways. The first way I would like to do is, I will assume, let's assume total let's assume total strength, total number of total students, I mean boys and girls, be X. Now, since girls is 30%, 30% is girls, this implies that 30% of X is the total number of students in the school, that is in both boys and girls. 30% of X should be equal to 505, because 30% of X will be the total number of girls in the school, because the girls percentage is 30%. So this is 504. Now the LH is 30% of X is nothing but 30 by 100 X equals 504. So this implies that X equals 504 into 100 divided by 30. Now please note one thing, I will not compute this value. I will not compute this value as of yet, because when I will find the number of boys, actual number of boys, using the 70%, then a lot of factors will get cancelled. So I am keeping the value of X like this. I will not compute it to a single value. Now, if X, we have found this to be this, X is this, that is the total number of students, that is boys plus girls, we have found to be this. Now, this implies that what will be the number of boys in the school? So, number of boys should be equal to 70% of X, 70% of X, because X is the total number of students, that is boys plus boys and girls, and boys is given to be 70%. So, actual number of boys should be 70% of X. This is equal to 70 by 100 into X. This is equal to 70 by 100, and X we have found to be 504 into 100 by 30. So you see 100 will get cancelled out. A lot of factors will get cancelled out. That's the reason I did not compute the final value of X. I kept it like this. So now if we simplify this value, so 100 cancels out, and 30 0 cancels out, 70 0 cancels out, and I guess 3 will divide 504. Let's see, 168. So 168 into 7, which is 56, 48, 53, and 12. 1236. 1236. 70% of the students in the school are boys, and the girls is 30%. So boys is almost double the girls. Yeah, I think it's so number of boys in the school is 1236. So what was the concept method used? So it is given that the percentage of boys is 70%. So we know that from this we can say that the percentage of girls is 100 minus 70, that is 30%. Okay, so we know the percentage of girls, but the actual number of girls is given 504. Now, if we assume that the total number of boys and girls is X, then we can say that 30% of X is the total number of girls in the school, which is given to be 504. So we can equate 30% of X to be equal to 504. From here, we found X to be 504 into 100 by 30. Okay. Now, what will be the number of boys? The number of boys will be 70% of X. So we calculated using the value of X, and we found out to be 1236. Okay. Let's do question number 6. An ore contains 12% copper. How many kilograms of the ore are required to get 69 kg of copper? Okay, so ore might be some I don't know, what is an ore? I don't know. Anyway, that ore contains 12% copper. Okay. Uh, so how many kilograms of the ore are required to get 69 kg of copper? How many kilograms of ore are required to get 69 kg of copper? So okay, so if we assume the general strategy is that you have to assume some unknown quantity, uh, unknown quantity, and based on the given facts and assumption and the given conditions and facts, you will find out that unknown quantity, and using that unknown value of that unknown quantity, you can solve what has been asked to find. Now uh, so it has asked how many kilograms of the ore are required to get 69 kg of copper. So let x kg of ore is required to get 69 kg copper. I guess the symbol of okay, so copper. X kg of ore is required to get 69 kg of copper. Now it is said that the ore has 12% copper. In that ore, the percentage of copper is 12%. So how much copper will be in x kg of ore? So amount of copper in x kg of ore will be equal to 12% of x kg. So amount of copper in x kg of ore will be 12% of x kg. This is equal to 12 by 100 into x kg. Therefore, it is already given that the amount of copper, it is asking how many kilograms of ore are required to get 69 kg of copper. We have assumed that x kg of ore is required. So now we can say that 12x, and we found that 12x by 100 is the amount of copper in the ore. So this is given to be equal to 69. So this implies x equals 69 into 100 divided by 12. This much kilogram. If you simplify this, 3, 4 and 3, 23, and this goes with 25. So how much is 25 multiplied by 23? 15, 75, and this is 50. So 575. So this is 575. So 575 kilogram of ore is required, where it will have 69 kilogram of copper. 69 kilogram of copper. Okay. So I might be doing some calculation mistake. I'm not focusing in obtaining the exact correct value or the exact correct answer. I'm just focusing in the concept to be applied, understanding the problem, and how we apply the concepts of percentages, whatever concepts and theory we have learned in part 1. I'm trying to apply that to solve the problem. So please focus in the process, and if you find any calculation mistakes that my answer is coming out to be wrong, then you can always let me know in the comment section. I will appreciate that. Okay. Let's do question number 7. It says 36% of the maximum marks is required to pass a test. 36% of the maximum marks is required to pass a test. So we can say, in other words, it is trying to say that if 100 is the total marks, maximum marks, then we have to score minimum 36 to pass. Okay. A student gets 123 marks and is declared fail by 39 marks. a student gets 123 marks. So definitely the maximum marks is not 100. It will be something else. Whatever that maximum marks is, it is saying that out of that maximum marks, a student got 123 marks, and he failed because he got 39 marks less. He failed by 39 marks, which indirectly means that the pass marks was 123 plus 39. Now it is asking find the maximum marks. Okay. So let's pass marks equals, not equals, I mean 36%. It is given that to pass you have to get 36% of total marks. So whatever the total marks is. Okay. Now the other information is student marks. Student marks is given to be 123. Student failed by 39 marks. This implies pass, let's say percent. This is percent of pass marks. Now pass marks, or rather let's say of percent, let's say this is actual pass marks. We can say that from the fact that the student got 123 marks and he failed by 39 marks, that is he was short of 39 marks, we can say that actual pass marks is 123 plus 39. This is equal to 12. 162 is the actual pass marks. And now it is asking find the maximum marks. Okay, so find the maximum marks. So let's assume max marks be x. This implies pass marks should be, if we assume the maximum marks be x, and we know it is given that the pass marks is actually 36% of the maximum marks. So based on the fact that the total marks or the max marks is x, we can say that the pass marks will be 36 by 100 x, where x is the maximum marks. Now this is given to be, we have found out that the pass marks is actually 162. This implies that x equals 162 multiplied by 100 divided by 36. This equals 36. Okay, so 218, 281, 9299 and 950. So this is 450. X is 450. So the total marks is, we have assumed x to be the total maximum marks. So the maximum marks is 450. And so let me summarize how we solve this problem. It is given that the pass marks is 36% of the maximum marks, and then it says that a student got marks 123 and he failed, and he was declared failed by 39 marks. Failed by 39 marks means he or she got 39 marks less. Otherwise, he or she would have passed. So definitely the pass marks, we can conclude from this that pass marks is 123 plus 39, which is 162. Okay. So we now have the idea of what is the pass marks. We have to find the maximum marks. So the pass marks, we also know that is 36% of the maximum marks. So if we assume the maximum marks to be x, pass marks should be 36 by 100 into x, which is given to be 162. From here we solved out x, and x is the maximum marks we have assumed. So x is 450, which is the maximum marks. So the answer is 450. Let's solve question number 8. A fruit seller had some apples. He sells 40% of them and still has 420 apples. He sells 40% of them. Whatever amount of apples the fruit seller was having, out of that he sold 40%, and whatever was remaining, that remaining amount is given to be 420 apples. Find the number of apples he had originally. Okay. So if you have a clear concept of percentages, then the best way to solve this kind of problem is to assume what it is asking for. So it is asking that find the number of apples he had originally. So let x be the number of apples. Okay. Now it says that the fruit seller sold 40% of them. So 40 apples sold equals 40% of x, because x we have assumed to be the number of apples the fruit seller originally had. So this is nothing but 40 by 100 into x. Now the problem also says that after selling 40% of the apples, the fruit seller was still having 420 apples. Okay. So therefore apples remaining is x. Total number of apples is x, and apples sold is 40x by 100. So this is the apples remaining. This is given to be 420. We have to now solve for x. So we got the equation x minus 40x by 100 equals 420. This implies from the left hand side, if I take x common, I get 100 minus 40 divided by 100 equals 420. This implies 60x by 100 equals 420. This implies x equals 420 multiplied by 100 divided by 60. So 600 cancels out, and 7. So this is x is 700. Now, so 700 is the number of apples the fruit seller originally had, and from these 700 apples, the fruit seller sold 40%, which was given to 40%. Okay. 60%. Okay. So 700 is the total number of apples the fruit seller originally had. Now, please note that these kind of problems can be solved in various methods. The method the way I am solving is just one of those methods. You can possibly will solve in using some other way, but that is fine. And so it is not really possible for me to solve a particular problem using various methods. I am following the method that is very obvious to me, and the method with which I feel comfortable in applying the concept of percentages to solve the problem. Now, if you are smart enough with percentages, you could possibly use very shortcut formula for finding for solving this kind of problem, because so let's say in this problem it has given that he sells 40% of them and still has 42 for 420 apples. Now he sold 40% of them, so definitely 60% of remaining 60% is remaining. Just as a side note, I'm trying to solve this problem a little different way. So 40% of the apples is sold. So how many remaining is definitely 60%. So I could have solved it like this: 60% of x, where x is the total number of apples the fruit seller originally had, is 420. So this implies 60 by 100 x equals 420. This is exactly what we got in this step in the previous method of solving. So I guess this method, if you solve this way, the method I solved is little long method. You will have to do a little more computation. But if you think this way, that if 40% of the apples is sold, then definitely the remaining percentage is 60%. And if you assume the total number of apples to be x, then 60% of x will be equal to 420. And from here you can solve out x. It will take little less time. Okay. Let's solve question number 9. So there are always very straightforward and easy way of solving a problem, and there is always at the same time smart way of doing a problem. If your concept and percentages is very good, and if you have solved quite a bit of problems, then definitely you will be smart and you will do solve the problem using the smarter approach. Okay, let's solve question number 9. It says in an examination, 72% of the total examinees passed. Okay, if the number of failures is 392, find the total number of examinees. In an examination, 72% of the total of the total examinees passed. 72% has passed. If the number of failures is 392, find the total number of examinees. Okay, so let's solve this. This is a similar kind of problem like 8. I will solve it in a little better way. It is given that percent of passed is given to be 72%. This implies that percent of failure will be definitely 100 minus 72%. This is equals 18, not 18. This is 28%. 28% have failed. Now it says that if the number of failures is 392, find the total number. Okay, so let's assume total examinees be x. Therefore, total failures, we have found the percentage of total failures we have found to be 28%. So if we assume that the total number of students is x, and total failures should be 28% of x. This is 28 by 100 into x. This is given to be 392. The total number of failures is given to be 392. So this should be equal to 392. And from here, we can solve x. 392 into 100 divided by 28. Okay. So 4 divides 28, 7, 4 divides 392 with 8. Okay. And 7 divides 98 with 14. So this equals 1400. So total number of examinees is 1400. Okay. Let's do problem number 10. Problem number 10. After deducting a commission of 5%, a mocked costs. What is a mocked? I don't know. A mocked costs rupees 15,200. What is its gross value? What is its gross value? After deducting a commission of 5%, after deducting a commission of 5%, a mocked cost. Okay, whatever that mocked is. So if the cost, it is saying that if the cost was reduced by 5%, the cost becomes rupees 15,200. So what was its original cost? Okay, so deduction. It is saying that after deducting a commission of 50%, so deduction percent of deduction is given to be 5%. This implies after deduction after deduction cost mocked cost is 95% of gross cost. Whatever that gross cost is, I don't know. So the percent, it is saying that after deducting a commission of 5%. So whatever the commission is, I don't know what. So 5% was there was a deduction of cost of 5%. Now, if 5% is reduced, then what is then how much the cost becomes? The cost becomes 100 minus 5, that is 95% of the original cost. The original cost, I guess, in this problem means gross cost. So after deduction, the mocked cost becomes 95% of the gross cost. So now if we assume, let's assume the gross cost be X. This implies 95% of X is equal to, it is given that after the deduction of 5%, the mocked cost is rupees 15200. This should be equal to 95% of X, where X is the gross cost. This implies 95% of X is 95 by 100 into X equals rupees 15200. This implies X equals rupees 15200 multiplied by 100 divided by 95. Now we have to simplify this. So let me read it once again if I am doing it correctly or not. After deducting a commission of 5%, a mocked costs. So after the deduction, the new cost is rupees 15,200. Okay, what is its gross value? I think gross value means it is asking what was the value before the deduction. So if there is a deduction of 5%, then now it will become, the cost will become 95% of the original cost or the gross cost. So 95% of X, where X is the gross cost, should be equal to 15,200, and from here we get x equals to, okay. Now I really don't like this kind of big calculation, but we have to do it. So 95, let's see if 95 will 95 divide 15200. I don't think so. No. Just divide by 5. 5 is 19 and this is 3040. 53040, okay. And will 19 divide 304? 1, 19, 11, 4, 6, okay. So 19 divides 304 with 16, so this is 160. So this becomes rupees 16000. So the original, so after mopped cost is given to be 15,200 and the original cost is 16,000. Okay. 5% reduction. Okay. So this is the gross cost. Question number 11. Gunpowder contains 75% of niter and 10% of sulfur. Niter and 10% of sulfur, and the rest of it is charcoal. Find the amount of charcoal in 8 kg of gunpowder. Find the amount of charcoal in 8 kg of gunpowder, and the rest is charcoal. Okay, so the gunpowder, the percentage of niter is given 75%, and the percentage of sulfur is 10%. So the remaining, it is saying that the rest is charcoal. So definitely percent of charcoal equals sorry, will be 100 minus the total amount of niter and sulfur percentage is given to be 75 plus 10. So this should be the percent of charcoal in gunpowder. That is the total amount we always assume to be 100%. So so from 100 we deduct the percentage of niter and sulfur. So we get 100 minus 85, that is 15. 15% is charcoal in the gunpowder. Now it is asking find the amount of charcoal in 8 kg of gunpowder. Therefore, amount of charcoal in 8 kg of gunpowder should be equal to 15% of 8 kg, because 15% is the amount of charcoal in the gunpowder. This is equal to 15 by 100 into 15 by 100 of 8 kg. This equals 15 into 8 divided by 100 kg. This is 4 this is 120 120 by 100 kilogram. This is 1.3 kilogram. So 1.2 kilogram is the amount of charcoal in 8 kg of gunpowder, because so the problem says that a gunpowder contains niter, sulfur and charcoal. So the percentage of niter and sulfur is given to be 75% and 10% respectively. So from that we can find the percentage of charcoal in the gunpowder, which will be 100 minus 75 minus 10, which is 15%. The 15% is the amount of charcoal in gunpowder, and it is asking what will be the amount of charcoal in 8 kg of gunpowder. That will be 15% of 8 kg, and this turns out to be 1.2 kg. Okay. Let's do question number 12. It says uh, chalk contains 3% of carbon, 10% of calcium and 12% of oxygen. Okay. 3% of carbon, 10% of calcium and 12% of oxygen. So all this percentage doesn't add up to 100%. This means it also contains something else. Let's see. Find the amount in grams of each of these substances in 1 kg of chalk. Okay. So it's straightforward question. It has given the percentages of carbon, calcium and oxygen in chalk. So what will be the actual amount of these ingredients, that is carbon, calcium and oxygen, in a specific amount of chalk, that is 1 kg of chalk. Okay, so it is given that 3% carbon is there, 10% calcium is there, and 12% oxygen is there. O2 is the symbol for, symbol of oxygen, gas oxygen. Okay. Now, so amount of carbon in 1 kg chalk should be equal to 3% of 1 kg. This equals 3 by 100 of 1 kg. This equals 3 by 100 kg. This equals if we can convert this to the gram, we will multiply with 1000. So this is 30 gram. So amount of carbon in 1 kg of chalk is 30 gram. So amount of calcium in 1 kg chalk will be, the percentage of calcium is 10%. So 10% of 1 kg. This equals 10 by 100 of 1 kg. This equals 10 by 100 kilogram. This will be equal to 10 into 1000 by 100 gram. This is equal to 100 gram. This is equal to 100 gram. Okay. Amount of oxygen. Amount of oxygen in 1 kilogram of chalk equals, the percentage of oxygen is 12%. So this will be 12% of 1 kg. And this is equals 12 by 100 of 1 kg. This is 12 by 100 kilogram. This is 12 by 12 multiplied by 1000 divided by 100 gram. This is 120 grams. So 120 gram is the amount of chalk, is the amount of oxygen in 1 kg of chalk. 100 gram is the amount of calcium in 1 kg of chalk, and 30 gram is the amount of carbon in 1 kg of chalk. So this brings to the end of solving all the problems of exercise 10B. All the questions were quite straightforward. These are not at all complex problems. You just have to have the fundamental concepts of percentages are very clear, and that some very small concepts you should be very clear and familiar with, like 70 like say x% less. Percentage less means you will immediately realize and know that it is actually 100 minus x percentage. So x percentage more means 100 plus x percentage. Okay, I hope this video was beneficial to you, and if it is so, then please like it, share it with your friends, and once again, please support me by subscribing to this channel if you are not yet, and also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. In the next video, I will solve the objective questions, that is MCQ, on this chapter percentage, and after then I will solve the test paper 10. So that will bring an end to this chapter percentage. Then I will move on to the next chapter. I don't know what is the next chapter. Could be profit and loss. I don't know. So thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.